Shalom, לכולם ישראליצ'ים, לכל ישראליצ'ים של 10 מטות של ישראל, שלום לכל גרים, שלום לכל הם אשר משתתפים אותי במשך הכנ"ל ביוטיוב, באינטרנט, בכללי. אני רוצה לדבר איתכם על תורה, חוקים ומשפטים. Shalom to all Israelites and all the foreigners with the pure hearts who love the Torah. And here the Zaken Assaf Benami Crispin Levi, the elder, who speaks with you. And my aim is to preach the Torah, to teach the Torah. And because the Torah is our life, and will be judged through the Torah, the statutes and the judges of the Eternal One. Well, we stopped in the former study, in the item 206. We speak about our duties to our fellow men. And now we're going to the item 207. Love the stranger and the new coverage among you. And I would like to invite you to follow with me this reading in the book of Deuteronomy, Devarim, chapter 10, verse 17 to 19. Let's go there. Devarim. Devarim 10, then 17 to 19. Devarim 10, 17 to 19. For Yahweh, your Elohim, is Elohim of mighty ones, and master of master, the great El, mighty and awesome, who shows no partiality nor takes a bribe. He executes right ruling for the fatherless and the widow, and loves the stranger, giving him food and a garment. And you shall love the stranger, for you were strangers in the land of Mitzrayim. Well, this item is very important for our meditations, because the Eternal One and forever cared of the widow, the fatherless, the sojourners, and the stranger, and never didn't lack food and garments to them, because he cares of the parrots. He cares of all animals. He cares of us. And he is the mighty El, the Elohim of Abraham, Yitzhak, Yaakov, Yosef. And he judges according to the Torah, the just law, like David, the psalmist, says in the Psalms 119, verse 106. Your Torah is the truth or the truth since the beginning, since the Bereshit. Well, love the stranger and the new convert among you. We must despise them, the new convert. We must treat him with care, with love. Because if you teach the Torah with love, with care, the Eternal One blesses, not with arrogance, not with nervousness, not with nervousness, but with love, and the Eternal One operates when you act with love with your neighbor. Then love the stranger and the new convert among you. And now we're going to read this item in the oral law. And it's very important if you can acquire these 3 books in English, the Torah in the Mount Sinai, the oral law, and the Torah in the Yahushua's time. These 3 books, they will help you to locate in the scriptures the essence of the Torah in all circumstances, in the past, in the present, and the future. Okay, well, let's read each. Item 207. To love the stranger and the new convert. Bereshit 19. Bereshit 19. Bereshit 19:9. But they said, stand back. And they said, this one came in to sojourn and should be always judged. Now we are going to treat you worse than them. So they pressed hard against the main lot and came near to break down the door. The Sodomites in Sodom and Gomorrah, they didn't respect the just law. When they want to make sexual relations with those 2 men that came to sojourn in Lot's house, and the Lot rebuked them according to the Torah, but they didn't hear the Lot's counsel, Lot's advice, and they didn't love the stranger, because Lot was in foreign lands, in strange lands, but they said, stand back. And they said, this one came in to sojourn and should be always judged. Now you are going to treat you worse than them. So they pressed hard against the main lot and came near to break down the door. Well, they didn't respect the elder Lot. They broke the Torah. And let's read now in Yahushua's time, this item, Yahushua's time. Is item 207. Matthew, or Matthew, chapter 25, verse 35 to 44. Matthew. Matthew 25, verse 35 to 44. For I was hungry, and you gave me food. I was thirsty, and you gave me drink. I was a stranger, and you took me in. I was naked, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you visited me. I was in prison, and you came to me. Then the righteous shall answer him, saying, Master, when did we see you hungry, and we fed you? Or thirst, and gave you to drink? And when did we see you a stranger, and took you in, or naked, and clothed you? And when did we see you sick, or imprisoned, and we came to you? And the sovereign shall answer and say to them, Truly, I say to you, in so far as you did it to one of the least of these, my brothers, you did it to me. He shall then also say to those on the left hand, Go away from me, accursed ones, into the everlasting fire prepared for the devil and his messengers. For I was hungry, and you gave me no food. I was thirsty, and you gave me no drink. I was a stranger, and you did not take me in. I was naked, and you did not clothe me, sick and in prison, and you did not visit me. Then they also shall answer him, saying, Master, when did we see you hungry, or thirsty, or a stranger, or naked, or sick, or in prison, and did not serve you? Then he shall answer them, saying, Truly, I say to you, in so far as you did not do it to one of the least of these, you did not do it to me. And these shall go away into everlasting punishment, but the righteous into everlasting life. Then we can see two classes, the class of the just one and the classes of the unjust ones. And this stranger, because the item in the Torah that we have been studying is to love the stranger and the new convert ones. And many will frustrate in that day because, or the day of the judgment, in the 8th millennium, the entrance of the 8th millennium, because didn't keep these commandments, the Torah, to love the stranger and to help the poor ones, to visit the orphans, the fatherless, the widows, and to help those ones that preach the Torah, the missionaries that preach the Torah. And because that, many will stay out of the Malchut HaShamayim because they're disobedient. Then this item 207, love the stranger and the new convert among you. It's very important. It's very important. First, you must help those one the Kohanim, the Skenim that preach the Torah. And afterwards, the poor ones, the widows, the fatherless, and the needed ones. Because all love that we have, like David said in Chronicles, and I would like to read with you. It comes from the Eternal One. The Eternal One gives your salary. The Eternal One gives your health, but you must give it to those that preach the Torah and to help the widows, the orphans, the needed ones. And to visit that have been jailed as well. Well, Aleph Divrei Hayamin, First Chronicle, Aleph Divrei Hayamin, First Chronicle, Aleph Divrei Hayamin, First Chronicles, chapter 29. Chapter 29, verse 14. 29, verse 14. But who am I, and who are my people, that we should be able to give so voluntarily as this? For all comes from you, and we have given to you out of your hand. Then all of we give it to the poor one, to those that preach the Torah, and to the poor ones. It comes from the Eternal One that give to us. It's blessed to give than receiving, Yahushua says. Shalom, shalom. Zod habracha shel zaken Assaf lekol Israel lekol Garim geluim lev. Shalom, shalom. Ad Ramishich Rabbah. Shalom.